A belter in the women's atomweight division. Itsuki Hirata versus Seo Hee. Very good to see you. You're here to fight Itsuki and looking to go 3-0 in one. How was the camp and how does it feel to be back in Singapore?
훈련은 원래 항상 하던 대로 열심히 했고요. 몸 컨디션도 굉장히 좋은 편입니다.
You know, nothing changed. My training has been the same. My condition's great. And yeah, I've been training very hard for this fight.
Itsuki, you're coming off of an impressive win over Lin He-chin. Do you feel you're nearing your fighting prime now?
そうですね。今、成長の最中なんで、右肩上がりで前向きに頑張ってます。
Yes, I got the big win the last fight, and I still improve myself, and I think the my prime time is coming soon.
We saw you've been training in the US lately. Who are you training with, and why did you decide to go and train in New York?
選手はもう打撃の選手とグラップリングの選手もいろんな選手を集めてもらって練習させてもらってます。
Training with in US, training with the specialist of grappling, the striking, as training as we can, and we training together.
As mentioned, a win over Itsuki will take you to 3-0 in one. Do you feel that you're nearing the point where a title shot is realistic?
솔직히 승패에 관해서는 그렇게 깊게 크게 생각해 본 적이 없어가지고 뭐 3승 0패든 3전 3패든 그런 거는 관심이 없고 그냥 뭐 이 시합 이기면 빨리 타이틀을 달라고 하고 싶기는 해요.
To be honest, I'm not really thinking about win or lose. You know, I don't really care if I'm 0-3, if I'm 3-0, if I'm 3-3. That doesn't matter to me. But all I can say is that after I win this fight, I do want to call out for the belt.
Itsuki, how do you feel about fighting a legend like Seo Hee? How big is this fight for you in your career?
自分はチャレンジャーだと思って、なんか別にそんな、すごいビッグマッチだと思うんですけど、いつも通り勝ちを狙って試合します。
As you know, for me, for myself, the Seo Hee is the legend fighter, and for me, as a big name against to her. But I feel like I try to make as usual like last fight.
Where do you see the dangers in your opponent? Why do you think Itsuki has found success in the circle, and how do you plan to stop her in this one?
이츠키 선수를 지금까지 파악을 하면서 위험한 부분은 그렇게 크게 저한테 위험하다고 생각되는 부분은 크게 찾지를 못했고 제 느낌에는 제가 다 웬만한 건 다 할 수 있을 것 같은 생각이고 어쨌든 그 선수가 어떠한 좋은 잠재력이 있으니까 지금 그 자리까지 가갔을 거라고는 생각하고 있습니다.
To be honest, when I was studying Itsuki Hirata, I didn't really find anywhere that she was dangerous. You know, I don't see any danger that I'll face against Itsuki. But for sure, she does have a potential inside her. That's why she's been successful in one circle. So yeah, I'm not taking anything easy. I prepared very well, and I think anywhere the fight goes, I'll be okay.
Itsuki-san, how do you feel that your opponent doesn't see you as dangerous? Are you keen to show how dangerous you can be? And what weaknesses do you see in her game?
特に自分もないです。
I don't think so. Me too. Me as I didn't feel anything about Seo Hee. I didn't worry about anything about her.
There's a survey on a Beamer where almost 80% of fans are predicting that you will be the winner. What do you think about this, and how do you feel about being such a heavy favorite?
많은 분들이 그렇게 많이 바라봐 주시고 그렇게 생각해 주셨으면은 그렇지 않을까요?
If that much people thinks that way and predicts that way, don't you think it's correct? I think it's correct.
Itsuki-san, the same question for you. According to a Beamer, 80% of fans are predicting that Han will win. How do you feel about being the underdog here?
なんか別にそんな驚くこともないし、 まあ、そう言われるのは一番自分が分かってるんで、まあ、これからどんどん強い選手とやるっていうための第一歩のステップかなと思ってます。
As you know, no surprise kind of such a result, but I would like to fight such the stronger the fighters like Seo Hee, and I would like to keep fighting the toughest opponents. This is my first step.
Itsuki-san, Ham is a legend, having been a multiple-time world title holder. You've wanted this fight for a long time, especially given her history in Japan. What would a win over her mean to your career?
でも自分が戦ってるのは日本国内じゃないので、もうそんな関係ないかなって感じです。
Not so much related with the kind of her career. So I didn't fight in Japan. So I didn't care about it.
Ham, you have massively more experience than your opponent. She's an excellent judoka and can be dangerous. How do you see her as a challenge here? Where do you think you need to be careful?
그 부분을 잘하니까 그 부분을 조심해야 한다고 생각하죠.
Yeah, you're right. She's a high-level judoka, and that's exactly what I'm cautious about.
One time you were linked heavily with fighting Angela Lee, and now you're fighting an opponent outside the top 5. How do you feel about that? Did that surprise you, and were you happy to take this fight?
함세 선수님, 항상 모든 팬들이 안젤라 리의 다음 상대다라고 이제 얘기가 되시고 거론이 되셨다가 이번에는 이제 5위 밖의 선수랑 이제 붙게 되셨습니다. 그거에 대해서는 좀 심정이 어떠신가요?
저는 시합하는 게 좋고 우선 시합을 할 수 있으니까 좋은 거고요. 이 시합을 통해서 제가 또 이겨서 그 다음에 또 안젤라리랑 타이틀 매치를 하면 되는 거니까 저는 시합하는 거 자체가 좋아서 뭐 타이틀 매치를 바로 못 한다거나 이런 것 때문에 뭐 기분이 상하거나 그러진 않네요.
I just love to compete. That's all I want to do. I like to fight. I love to compete. So whoever the opponent is, it didn't matter to me. Yeah, of course, Angela Lee would have been the best. But if I had to wait for Angela Lee for a long time, it wasn't an option for me. I want to stay active and I want to compete. So, not having Angela Lee right away, it doesn't hurt my feeling or I'm not sad about it. I'm just happy and thankful that I'm competing.
Itsuki, you had some issues with the weight going into the previous fight. All good now? And are you happy to stay at atomweight?
体重はもう大丈夫そうです。で、まあ、階級は上上げれたらいいなと思ってるんですけど、まあ、上げるんだったらもっと普段から体を大きくして、やっぱ一階級上の体でも戦えるような体作りはしたいなと思ってます。
For this time, so I already make my weights, and it's gonna be no problem. And the other question is if I have a chance to fight move my weight class, and but I need to prepare for the time and make my body make much more bigger.
Your brother made his debut in Cage Fury last week, and unfortunately the result didn't go his way. How did you respond to that result for your brother, and how keen would you be to bring him over to one championship and have you fight on the same promotion?
まあ、先週1年半ぶりの復帰戦、お兄ちゃんが復帰戦だったんですけど、まあ、1ラウンドで決めれたところをいかなかったっていう点でも、まあ、まだ課題がお兄ちゃん的にもあったんじゃないかなっていうのを見てて思ったし、まあ、今後世界で一緒に戦うってなった時に、まあ、同じ団体じゃなくても世界を拠点にしていろんなところを飛び回って試合できたらいいかなと思ってます。
Unfortunately, my brother's losing last week, and he didn't fight almost 1 year and a half, but he needed to finish the first round, but he couldn't make it. And of course, if in the future, I would like to fight the same promotion as with my brothers. And if we could, we would like to fight around the world.
A lot of people say that the atomweight division is one of the most exciting divisions in the organization. You already took out one young star in Denise Samboang, and now you face another in Itsuki. How much are you relishing challenging yourself against a young star in the division like Itsuki?
저는 이 격투기를 한 지 엄청 오래됐고 그래도 잘한다고 생각을 하고 있는 부분인데 지금 떠오르는 신예들과 계속 시합을 해서 좋은 결과를 낼 수 있어서 그렇게 시합을 하면서도 제 실력을 더 검증받는 것 같고 인정을 받는 것 같아서 이렇게 이츠키 히라타 선수나 데니스 잠보안과 같은 선수들이랑 한다는 것 자체가 저한테는 큰 영광이고 좋은 경험인 것 같아요.
Yeah, I've been in this sport for a very long time. And to compete against an up and coming stars like Itsuki Hirata and Denis Zamboanga, it just gives me that opportunity to prove myself to the world that I'm still here in this level. And I'm also very thankful and I'm honored to compete against, people, athletes like Denise and Itsuki because, it's also a very good opportunity for me. I'm always testing myself. So I'm very thankful and I'm very honored.
Do you think if you beat Itsuki, it has to be Angela Lee next, or would you be willing to take another fight while you wait for her?
함세 선수님, 만약 이츠키 선수를 이긴다면은 무조건 다음은 안젤라 리 선수신가요? 아니면은 또 기다려야 된다고 하면은 다른 시합을 또 이제 빨리 뛰고 싶으신 생각도 있으신가요?
항상 계속 말하지만 안젤라리 선수랑 바로 하고 빨리 하면 더 좋겠지만 계속 저한테 기다리라고만 한다면 또 다른 시합을 제가 원하지 않을까요?
I always say this. Of course, Angela Lee next would be the best. But if I'm told to wait again for Angela Lee, I believe that I would ask for another fight again against somebody else because I love to compete.
Itsuki-san, what an opportunity. You're facing the number 2 ranked fighter, a legend of the sport. If you beat her, is the title against Angela, does that have to be next for you?
まあ、直で戦いたいのもあるし、それ以外でも戦いたい選手たくさんいるんで、まだまだ試合をたくさんしたいと思ってます。
Of course, it's such an honor that if I win after the Seo Hee I would like to challenge to the Angel Lee. But if I couldn't do that thing, so I would like to fight the other fighters. So I would like to fight the many fighters as I can.
Your last finish was in 2019. What's your prediction? Do you sense a finish coming here?
함서희 선수님의 피니시는 마지막 피니시가 2019년이셨습니다. 좀 오래된 시간인데 이번에는 피니시가 올 거라고 그림이 그려지시고 생각하시나요?
피니시를 생각하고 항상 하긴 하지만 뭐 시합의 흐름대로 어떻게 될지는 모르지만 KO를 노리고 있긴 합니다.
Yes, I actually always go for the finish, but every time you're inside that circle and things are flowing, you never know what's going to happen. But I always go for the finish. And yes, for this bout, I'm going for a knockout.
Itsuki, what's your prediction for this fight?
パウンドでグラウンド、自分的にはグラウンドやりたいなと思ってます。
I'd like to face the ground game and finish and pound out.
Well, 2 of the most exciting fighters in one of the most exciting divisions. We cannot wait, ladies. Thank you so much.